Hey guys, Eric here doing my talk out loud on product placement. I'm glad I'm doing this one because I've always thought of product placement in a very negative light, but what I think this past lecture did was sort of open up my eyes on how inevitable it is, and how both the creative and business aspects of the industry intermingle more and more. And so it wouldn't make sense to sort of shut down that side, even if you have ethical quarrels with product placement. I think you have to embrace it going forward because you're most likely going to run into it at some point in the industry. Now, I did find brand integration pretty interesting, and I found a cool example of it just now watching this UFC hype video for the big pay per view tomorrow. They're showing this one fighter, and they were trying to sell him as this homeopathic guy. So they had him hold up the tea can that he was using. So you can definitely see there how the UFC was using the product to promote a certain kind of image they wanted to promote for the fighter. So it's kind of interesting there. And brand integration does work, and I think it definitely works in creating an emotional connection with characters in the production and the viewer, because we all use brands. So it is more realistic for a viewer to identify with someone using a brand. Now, I do think it's important to talk about perhaps some negative things that come around using product placement. Mainly, just the fact that you are having corporations in your production. And now, when you see a main character in a show drink a can of Coke, you don't automatically think of Coke suppressing labor unions. Or when you see someone using a Mac, you don't think of the Foxconn suicide net. But probably that's because when we use those products in real life, we don't think of that. Now, I don't think you can sort of teach that kind of corporate awareness for society. But what I do think is important, perhaps, is for viewers watching productions and seeing product placement, understanding why they're seeing it. I think the more and more emotional connections that are going to go on in productions, I think it's important for viewers to distinguish and take a step back and understand why they're seeing what they're seeing. So that's all. Thanks.